Welcome y'all to another Skip Barber race here in iRacing. This week we're at Nordschleife. Trying to make sure I actually enunciate the D this time. Track temp's 86 degrees, and this will be the first time we've run this track in a race. So I have gotten my best lap down to 8 minutes 33 seconds, and my optimal's down to 8:31. Not great, not bad. Looks like we have Josh Wilkes in this race. A few other folks that I recognize. Since we don't know this track as well as we normally know our tracks before racing them, the goal today will be survival, more than actually racing people very hard.
Green, green, green. You're in the middle, 3 wide, clear on the right.
Almost repeated our race from last week.
You got about 5 laps of fuel. You got a slow car on the right, go left. Car right, clear.
And if you're curious how I drive this track, it's mostly like a rally. I drive it kind of like a rally driver would. I consider it a rally on the road. So outside of a few places that I tried to remember that are either death or need to be held flat, I just basically drive each turn visually. And if you know this track really well, that will probably drive you nuts. I should be pushing these turns a bit more because it's actually cooler.
Go left.
And the fun is not, due to all the elevation changes, is not losing it. Like this person really wants to go by.
Left side. Still there. Clear.
Just so weird. It seems like almost like some people know certain parts of the track really well
Left side.
not so well on certain other parts.
Still there. Clear. Car on your left. Keep to the right. Go left. Clear.
And unfortunately, draft is very large here. As we try to also say hi to the wall. I'll try to point out the spots now that we have a little bit of breathing room that I'm using. At least try to calculate death. So there was that turn that I just recognized. And then I know after that we have a long ways of just flat out before we actually have a turn. Like a real turn. But specifically we need to hold flat through that turn. And then we'll do some hills, which as you slow down, if you slow down, you're going to want to drop to fourth. But not until you need to. Probably could have held it flat there. I think this is the first angled roundabout-like thing. Which I wait until that little staple-looking thing on the ground, and then I gas it. Since that's about the only mark I have. And I know I'm losing a lot of time mainly due to not knowing the turn, so I'm not able to really set up for them properly. So if you've seen my Dirt Rally series, you probably recognize a lot of this driving. And I was doing a little bit better earlier today when I was actually practicing more. Did not get to warm up like I really wanted to. Unfortunately. And this is one of the most important turns to get right, as that leads up to 3 rights. And then the most boring part of the track. Curious if he's going to get us by the end of this.
Left side. Still there. Hold your line. You've got 2 laps to go. Clear.
Turn always generally gets me. Since I wasn't sure where he was, I decided to just lift a little bit, be sure.
Car stop on the right. Car stop on the right. Go left.
Seriously, you blocked the pit road. What the hell?
Interesting.
8 minutes 34.4.
Sorry, I was kind of going to pit road until it hit me. It wasn't me.
So if you're curious about a few things, pit road mechanics are on the left side, you're basically no clipping and will just clip and just go right through it, goes through other cars. But on the right side, there is contact. So when entering and exiting pit lane, there's contact. which is something that they don't make exactly clear to you. Only time I even knew about the ghosting cars was driving through other cars, so I was like, is this on all pit lane? And it wasn't until a Reddit iRacing League race that I discovered during practice, thankfully, that no, that is not the entire pit. Also, you'll notice that we just kind of didn't really have a qualifying time. With these, well, I don't know if any of the other ones do it. Le Mans might, but I don't think it does. I need to go check. Attached qualifying is typically what you get. Wow, Alex got stuck in the pits and is already back on us. Unless he backed up and just decided not to pit. For qual, like it is in a lot of the week 13 races, you have to do it on your own time outside of a race session. Which is why I didn't have a chance to do it today. But I will go do it for tomorrow. Got where I was. So that little spot right there I kind of remember, and went a little wide. Which is actually pretty good for me, typically. However, it's kind of like... Darn it. Normally I kind of look at what looks like it's kind of the road leading up to a town, and that's when I know there's a nasty turn coming up. For the first one that's kind of blind. And then for that one, I see the town and know that the first town I shouldn't lift, or the first turn I shouldn't lift for. And the second one I need to brake. And this little spot right here, it looks like kind of like a gravel road with the shading for the shadows, which means it's probably going to get me at some point. When I do a race without the shadows. Oop, hello. Yeah, I see Justin up ahead. Oh, looks like he reset. So the fun thing about that section is that in fifth, you'll slow down below fourth. Just go, dude. We both know you're a lot faster than I am.
Clear on the right.
And you obviously know this track better too. Oh. Okay, so the first time I didn't get in there incorrectly. That sounded terrible. I'd say it was that turn that's gotten me before. Doesn't look as... but that one looks less bad than it is. So tomorrow I should actually get a decent amount of time to practice this before I race. Which, every lap seems to be better. I mean, it's not surprising because every lap you do, you just get and learn the track that much better. What I was thinking is I need to see if there's actually flashcards for this track. I mean, studying for it would suck. Gotta learn the turns. Using flashcards for the turns would probably help a lot. So this one, there's two kind of really downhill sections. They look like they would actually be pretty fun to take in real life. A short one and then this long one. So I remember the short one I need to do something for, the long one's flat. And then we slide a bit if we're not careful. I feel like some folks can go wreck them now that they've ruined your race, so you could ruin their race, right? Totally how that works. Regardless of if it's an accident or not, and regardless of what they did.
You just got the white flag. That means one more lap to go.
Kind of curious what place we're going to be now.
You got about 2 laps of fuel left.
So interestingly enough, when you reset on this track during practice, I think it takes you to the beginning of the section. It does not take you back to the pits, which is nice. I'm not sure what it does during the race. However, if it takes you back to the pits, that towing time has got to just kill it. Since if I remember right,
32.22.
I want to say the max towing time is usually like 1.5 lap time. Not sure whose lap time they're using, but it looks to be roughly about that. I really want to brake later for that turn. And I just seem to like... Oh. Almost had a clean race. What I was saying is, I've tried to brake pretty late for that turn, like where the first turn, apex of the first turn, or before that, where the curb starts at the first turn. And while sometimes I can get it, a lot of times it just ends up trying to do heavy braking while still turning. So I usually choose not to. I just choose to brake a little bit early. As the coward's way out. Oh, wait, late for the white flag, isn't it? Keep forgetting.
Alright, John, but I don't touch it.
Uh-oh.
You can get a couple more hands away, I might not lose IR.
Gonna keep our 10th if we keep doing that. Or maybe even ninth. I'm doing the usual thing of not paying too much attention to what else is going on and not my own race. This spot right here kind of looks like it's the start of a town to me. Not sure why. I think I need to just go and try to take as many of these turns as fast as I can and just reset back into them. Problem is, I believe it resets your tires when you do that. So it won't be as accurate as if I actually did a lap up into that point. Fortunately, we still have quite a ways. And the person behind us is catching pretty quick. Alright, just don't lift and go right through here. I think it's through there. Sometimes I have to lift at default weather. Definitely there when I do that. Alright, stop over pushing the turns. Good to remember it from last time, but still kind of cowered it out there a bit. Really just not like not having marks. Really knowing the track. I think this is the only track in iRacing I've ever been at and been like, I really would kill for one of those live track maps right now. Gotta stay 5 seconds ahead and we're almost there. I know we still have a while, but getting close. If we can make it to the end of this before he's in draft range, we'll have it. Which the way he's gaining, I'm not sure we will. Alright. Not sure what place we are. Like possibly ninth? Yes, ninth currently. That's the question, can we hold on to it? I don't think there's a lot of great passing opportunities until up after this, before the finish line here. As long as I'm careful. I think we got it.
Alright, there's the ticket flag.
Okay. So I can definitely say that went better than expected. We are definitely also way down on pace. Actually, we're not as bad as I thought I was. Wow, compared to some of these folks, holy crap, 8 minutes. The next best being 8:10, and then in the 8:20s. Wow. So yes, we have some pace to find, which I'm not surprised. I expected to be down a decent amount on speed. I didn't expect to be that much down on speed. Okay, we'll be getting some more practice in tomorrow, so hopefully that'll help a bit. I definitely feel a lot more comfortable with every lap I get. It's just every lap takes 8+ minutes. I almost felt like I should have done this in a faster car to learn the track better. However, then I probably would have been wrecking a lot more, so I kind of figured it wouldn't pay off in the long run. What I'm going to try to do tomorrow during practice is just do a lot more resets and try to focus on groups of turns. That will probably help a lot. Gain some iRating. Since we broke the 3.0 safety rating again, we got a huge chunk of safety rating. Nice to be back in the 3s. Let's see how long this lasts. Overall, decent race. Very slow, but decent race. So while I know I can do better, I still will take that. And also, Josh, good job on not hitting me lap 1, turn 1. That was darn close. With that, if you like, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. If you have any questions, suggestions, feedback, or advice, drop it in the box below. Good luck in your races, and y'all take it easy.